Hi students. Yesterday we learned vectors. Started vectors. So we define vectors and examples for vectors. We see how it is represented and how we can calculate its magnitude and its direction with some examples. In today's class, we are going to see these directions, how these directions are represented. Generally, these directions we can represent as this is east, west, north, south. Otherwise, this east we can take it as x-axis, positive x-axis. West we can take it as negative x-axis, x-axis, positive x-axis, negative x-axis, positive y-axis, negative y-axis in two-dimensional. If it is three-dimensional, how we can represent? Z-axis also we have to represent. So Z-axis is, how it is Z-axis? Perpendicular to the plane. Okay? This is perpendicular to the plane, or we can write vertically up. So Z-axis we can represent it as with vertically up. This is two-dimensional. Two-dimensionally we can represent like this. Two-dimensional. Two-dimensional. If it is three-dimensional, we can represent as x-axis, y-axis, this is y-axis, and z-axis. We can represent the directions. This is x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. East, this is north, and this is vertically up. This is vertically up. Vertically up. So in vector forms, suppose you want to represent a unit vectors. What I said, unit vector? Unit vector. What is a unit vector? I said yesterday's class, whose magnitude is 1. Whose magnitude is a vector having magnitude 1. Having magnitude 1. And it specifies it has specific direction. Specific direction. So this here, yesterday this x-axis, east we can represent. See here, east I will represent the directions. East we can represent it with the x-axis, and it is represented as with the I cap, unit vector. East direction we can represent our x-axis with the I cap. What is I cap? Is a unit vector along x-axis or east. So negative x-axis, that is west, is represented with the minus I cap. That means I cap and minus I cap are negative vectors. Minus I cap is negative of this I cap. That means it is opposite to east, opposite is west. So that is negative x-axis. North, North we can represent it as or y-axis with j cap. South, negative y-axis, that is minus j cap. Vertically up, vertically up, vertically up. How it is taken as? That is z-axis. So z-axis, that is k cap. Vertically down, vertically down with the negative z-axis, that is minus k cap. So in physics, to say a vector, when you are dealing about vectors, physical quantities like force, momentum, displacement, velocity, when you are dealing these physical quantities, you should represent direction. So these directions generally we are representing like this. If it is two-dimensional, we can represent with I cap, minus I cap along west or negative x-axis. If it is y-axis, along y-axis we can represent with j cap. Along negative y-axis we can represent with minus j cap. If it is vertically up, we can represent with the k cap. If it is vertically down, we can represent with the minus k cap. So these are the unit vectors. This is two-dimensionally we can represent, then three-dimensionally we can represent like this. Suppose you take an example. Force acting on a body. Force acting on a body. You take this example. Acting on the body. Acting on the body is 5 newtons. 5 newtons along x-axis or east. How do you represent this force? Force acting on a body is 5 newtons along x-axis. How do you represent in vector form? So F bar is equal to magnitude is 5, east, x-axis or east, we can represent with the unit vector. You will get I cap. So this vector is represented with the bar. So it is 5 I cap. So we can represent like this. Suppose it is minus 5, it is 3 newtons along force acting on a body is along north. 3 newtons acts along north. Then how do you represent? So F bar is equal to, we can represent F bar is equal to 3 magnitude, you multiply with the unit vector 3 north. North is represented, see, north is represented with the j cap. So we can represent it as j cap. Thus, in physics, we are representing this force is a physical quantity, force acting on a body. We are representing this force is a vector quantity. It has both magnitude and direction. Magnitude is 5 newtons and this I cap indicates the direction of the force. Similarly, force acting on the body, if it is 3 newtons, it acts along the north, we can represent it as it is 3 j cap. Like this we can represent the forces. These are the, we can represent the directions. Directions. Suppose if it is north, if it is like this, suppose the force is like this, in this direction, which makes an angle 30 degrees. How do you represent this? How do you represent this? This force vector. It is that force acts on the body is making an angle 30 degrees to the east. How we can represent this? How we can represent this? How do you represent this force? The force acting on the body is F bar is equal to that its magnitude is, let it be 5 newtons. 5 newtons. 5 newtons. 5 newtons. This is north. This is east. Northeast. We can write it as north of east. 5 newtons. We can write it as north of east. That means north of 30 degrees, north of east 30 degrees, 5 newtons, magnitude is 5 newtons, 30 degrees, north of east, north of east. That means towards the north, making 30 degrees with the east. We can represent like this direction of force, 30 degrees east. Or the same one we can represent 60 degrees. See, if it makes an angle 30 degrees with the east, means 60 degrees with the north. So how do you represent the same one? 5 newtons, 60 degrees east of north. We can represent like this. So 5 newtons, 60 degrees east of north. Thus we can represent. Suppose you want represent in this direction with unit vector. How? So the force magnitude of the force, that is, let it be F, multiply with the unit vector. That unit vector along in this direction, let it be F cap. So this F bar, we can write it as F, magnitude of the force, into its unit vector. What is F bar here? F bar is a F cap, is a unit vector in which direction? Along F bar, along F. So this F cap is a unit vector in which direction? Along F. So we can represent like this. So this is F bar. So or we can write F cap is equal to the vector by its magnitude. Vector by its magnitude. That is. This is the formula to calculate unit vector. Or generally we can write, if A bar is the given vector, the unit vector along A bar is A bar by mod A. Both are same. Okay? We can represent like this. So generally, this is the general formula. Generally, we can write A cap is equal to A bar by mod A bar. Example. If F is equal to force acting on a body is 2 I cap plus 3 j cap minus 2 k cap. Let it be this is the force acting on a body. We want unit vector in the direction of F bar. Find unit vector in the direction of F bar. This is the problem. F bar is equal to force acting on the body 2I cap plus 3j cap minus k cap. Find unit vector in the direction of F bar we want. So what is the formula? Unit vector is equal to F cap is equal to F bar by its magnitude. This is the formula. So what is F bar? Is 2I cap, that is 3j cap minus 2k cap divided by magnitude of F bar. What is magnitude of F bar? Yesterday's lesson. Magnitude of F bar is square root of x square plus y square plus z square. This is the formula of magnitude of this vector. So that is F cap is equal to, what is this? Square root of 2, x is 2. So this is 2I cap, 2I cap plus 3j cap minus 2k cap by x square. X is 2, 2 square 4 plus 3 square 9 minus 2 square plus 4. So this is 9 plus 4 13, 13 plus 4 17. So that is, we can write it as 2I cap plus 3j cap minus 2k cap by root 17. This is the answer. We can also write it as this one, F cap is equal to 2 by root 17 I cap plus 3 by root 17 j cap minus 2 by root 17 k cap. So this is the unit vector. In which direction? Can you say? In the direction of F bar. Okay. This is the way to calculate. So the unit vectors, if it is along x-axis, we can represent with I cap. If it is along negative x-axis, we can represent with minus I cap. If it is along y-axis, we can represent with j cap. Negative y-axis, we can represent with minus j cap. K z direction, we can represent with k cap. Negative z direction, we can represent with minus k cap. If it lies in any other direction other than this, I cap, j cap, k cap, then unit vector in that direction we can represent like this. So a vector can lies in any direction because the force acting on a body, it acts on the body in any direction. That direction we can represent like this. That is the significance of vectors. multiplication of a vector with a scalar, multiplication of a vector with a scalar. So say let k be a positive, k be a number, any integer. K is a integer. Then a bar is a vector. A bar is a vector. Then a vector k a bar, then vector k a bar, that means this vector is multiplied with k, is having magnitude k times, that of a bar, and direction is along a bar. If k is any integer, a bar is a vector, then multiply this scalar k with a bar, then k a bar is a vector, you will get a vector. So if scalar is multiplied with vector, you will get a vector, that is a vector. Its magnitude, it is having magnitude k times that of a. Suppose a has magnitude x units, then its magnitude increases by k times, kx, and its direction should be along the a bar. Direction, it won't be changed by multiplying with a scalar, only magnitude increases by k times. Say for example, force acting on a body, Take an example. Take example. If mass of the body is 5 kg moving with velocity 2 I cap plus moving with velocity, first you take simple example, 2 meters second inverse, 2 meter second inverse along x-axis, along negative x-axis, then find its momentum, find its linear momentum. So this is one example. How do you take this example? This is an example for multiplication of a vector with a scalar. If mass of the body is 5 kg, moving with the velocity. Velocity is a vector quantity. Velocity is a vector quantity. So its magnitude is 2 meter second inverse. In which direction? Along negative x-axis. Negative x-axis we can represent with minus I cap. Minus I cap. This is the velocity vector representation. Find its momentum. So linear momentum. What is linear momentum? You know that you studied linear momentum. What is linear momentum? It is product of mass into velocity. This mass is this is mass. Mass is I said scalar quantity. Velocity. Velocity is a vector quantity. So this mass multiply with velocity, you will get linear momentum. Linear momentum is represented with the P bar. P bar is equal to mv bar. So linear momentum is a vector quantity. It is also a vector. How do you get this vector? Multiply with the scalar mv bar. What is m? M is 5 and its velocity is minus 2 I cap. So what you will get? That is minus 10 I cap. Minus 10 I cap. What is units? Mass is in kgs, velocity is in meter second inverse. So this is momentum of the body, linear momentum of the body. Do you understand how we are using vectors in physics? So this vectors is very important to understand physics. Okay. This linear momentum. Second example. This is the first example. Second example, force acting on the body. Example 2, force acting on the body. Acting on the body is given by F bar is equal to 2 I cap plus 3 j cap minus, this is I will change 20 I cap plus 30 j cap minus 5 k cap. These units are newtons. This much of force acting on the body. This force produces acceleration. A bar is equal to, acceleration is also a vector quantity. So acceleration is given by it is I cap 4 I cap plus 6 j cap minus k cap. This is the acceleration. Units is meter second inverse. Find mass of the body. So this is the problem. Force acting on the body, acceleration is given, we want mass. So you know that this force is represented with F bar. It is 20 I cap plus 30 j cap minus 5 k cap. This is force acting on the body. It is a vector quantity. You know that this force is a vector quantity. Force is a vector quantity. Acceleration. A bar is equal to, what is this? Acceleration. Acceleration. This acceleration is also a vector quantity. What is acceleration? 4 I cap plus 6 j cap minus k cap. Minus k cap. This is acceleration. Force unit is newtons. Acceleration units is meter second to the power minus 2. We want mass of the body. Mass. Question mark. Mass. We know that mass is a scalar quantity. Mass is a scalar quantity. How these three are related? Force, mass, acceleration. What is the relation? You know that F is equal to ma from Newton's second law. We know that F is equal to, we studied it. F is equal to ma. I think everybody knows this equation. F is equal to ma. So here A is acceleration, F is a force, force is a vector, A is a acceleration, vector quantity, mass, m is a scalar quantity. So we want mass. So mass is equal to force by acceleration. Force by acceleration. What is force? 20 I cap plus 30 j cap minus 5 k cap divided by acceleration. Acceleration is 4 I cap plus 6 j cap minus k cap. This is acceleration. Here you take the common 5. You take 5 common. That means we are multiplying with this scalar. So it is 4 I cap plus, if you take 5 common, here it will be 6 j cap minus k cap by 4 I cap plus 6 j cap minus k cap. So these two, 4 I cap plus 6 j cap minus k cap, 4 I cap plus 6 j cap minus k cap, these two get cancelled. Get cancelled. So you will get 5. So mass of the body we will get as 5 kg. So this is the answer. I think you are able to understand how we are using these vectors in physics. Okay? Okay? So this is multiplication of a vector with a scalar. So what we learned? Multiplication of vector with a scalar, and how we are using this in physics with a few examples. The next one is the resolution of a vector. The next one is resolution of a vector. and its components. Resolution of a vector. A vector can be resolved into any number of components. You can resolve any number of components. In two-dimensional, we can resolve two rectangular components which are perpendicular to each other. In three-dimensional, we can resolve three perpendicular components. If these components, if they are perpendicular to each other, we can call it as rectangular components. So a vector can be resolved into components, resolution of a vector into its components. So let a bar be the vector, be the any vector which makes an angle theta with x-axis, find its components, find its rectangular components. Suppose this is a vector a bar. A bar is a vector. Let it be, it lies in xy plane, which makes an angle theta with x-axis. This vector we can resolve into components, two components. So this is x component, let it be ax. This is y component, let it be y. So let a bar be the magnitude of the vector. Magnitude of this vector a bar, this is a bar, let it be a. Its direction will be in this direction. So magnitude of the vector, let it be a. So let magnitude of the vector, let it be a. Then see this triangle. So let it be a b c, a b c, or let it be o origin b c. So from triangle, what is name of the triangle? OBC. This is 90 degrees. Angle OCB, how much it is? 90 degrees. And angle BOC is theta. That means this is the vector orientation which makes an angle theta with the x-axis. That is our assumption. So in this triangle OBC, what is sin theta? I think you know that sin is opposite side by hypotenuse. Everybody knows this one, sin. So sin is equal to opposite side. What is opposite side? Let it be ay, y component of a, by hypotenuse. Its magnitude is, let it be a. So sin theta is equal to ay by a. So what is from this? What is ay cross multiply? You will get ay is equal to a sin theta. What you will get? A sin theta. If you apply cos theta formula, cos theta, What is cos theta in this triangle? Adjacent side by hypotenuse. What is adjacent side? AX. AX by A, magnitude of the vector. So adjacent side by hypotenuse becomes cos. So with this you will get AX, you cross multiply. AX is equal to A cos theta. So this is the components. So these components, x component is, what is x component? X component, x component, or we can call it as horizontal component. It has another meaning, horizontal component. What is x component or horizontal component of the vector? We can represent with the AX, that is given by A cos theta. If A is the given vector, A is the given vector magnitude which makes an angle theta with the x axis. This is the orientation of the vector which makes an angle theta with x axis. Then what is its component? Horizontal component A cos theta. Similarly, y component or vertical component, we can call it as vertical component, is AY is equal to A sin theta. So x component and y components, these two are called rectangular components. Rectangular components because x component is perpendicular to y component. If components are perpendicular to each other, then we can call it as rectangular components, AX and AY. So this is the resolution. These rectangular components, these components are scalar quantities. These components are scalar quantities. Now vector resolution. Components means a part of it. In a part of it, we can divide into number of components, a vector. So if you add all these components, you will get vector again. How? See how I am writing. So the given vector, by adding these components, multiply this scalar quantity A cos theta with the unit vector. What is a unit vector along the x axis? I cap. What is a unit vector along the y axis? J cap. So if you want convert into vectors, if you need, suppose you know the components, you want vector, reverse. Here vector is given, we resolve it into components. If reverse is question, if you know the components, you can find vectors. How it is? See, by adding these components, you will get vector. See how I am writing. The given vector A bar, you will get it as AX. What is x component? AX. X component multiply with, this is a scalar, you multiply with the unit vector. Unit vector along x axis is I cap. That means x component multiply with unit vector along the x becomes component of the vector component of the vector. Vector component. In which direction? X direction. Similarly in y direction, AY multiply with the j cap. You will get vector. So this is the vector. By adding these components, multiplying with unit vectors, you will get vector again. You will get vector again. Okay. Similarly, it is in 2-dimensional. Suppose it is in 3-dimensional. 3-dimensional. We can extend this one. A bar is, if A bar is in 3-dimensional. Similarly, we can write. Similarly, I will write here. So these are the components, resolution of a vector. These components are scalar quantities. You multiply with unit vector, you will get a vector again. Suppose this vector A bar is 3-dimensional in space. Vector is in space, so it has 3 dimensions. We can write it as Ax I cap, Ay j cap, Az k cap, Az k cap. What is this? This vector lies in 3-dimensional. 3-dimensional in space. This is 3-dimensional. If it is 2-dimensional, as we discussed, A bar is equal to Ax I cap plus Ay j cap. By seeing these components, we can say it vector lies in which plane. Suppose Ax and Ay, these vector lies in which plane? Xy plane. Xy plane, because this is x component, y component. If it is 3-dimensional, what is Ax and Ay? Ax, Ay, Az are what are the components of the vectors. Are the components of the vectors. Vector, which vector? A bar. This component Ax lies in which direction? Along x-axis. What is Ax? Component in which direction? Along x-axis. That is the meaning. What is Ay? Component of the vector along y-axis. What is Az? Component of the vector along z-axis. So similarly, if the vector lies in 3-dimensional, we can represent like this. 2-dimensional, we can represent like this. So these are called components. These 3 components are perpendicular to each other. So we can also call it as rectangular. These 3 components, we can call it as rectangular components of a vector. So this is a resolution of a vector into its components. How we are using this one in physics? So we are dealing physics. I am a physics lecturer. So we are dealing physics. Vector is a mathematical tool to understand physics. Okay. Let us see. I will explain with example. Suppose, before going to one example, let us see. Suppose a vector lies along x-axis. A vector lies along x-axis. A vector lies along x-axis. along x-axis. Then find its components. Then find its components. If a vector lies along x-axis, you understand this question. A vector lies along x-axis, then find its components. I want, let it be this vector means you can understand force acting on a body, force acting on a body, let it be along x-axis. What is its components? So x component becomes magnitude of the vector, because which makes an angle 0 with x-axis. If a vector lies along x-axis, so force acting on the body is along x-axis, its magnitude is F. So this magnitude of the vector becomes x component. So what is its y component? Y component, if vector lies along x-axis, its y component is 0. That means this force does not play any role in this direction. That is the meaning. Okay? This force does not play any role in this y direction. So because of this force, the body gets accelerated. We know that when a force acting on a body, the body gets accelerated. You know that Newton's second law. When a body gets accelerated, when a force is acting on the body gets accelerated. Because of this force, the body gets in which direction acceleration? Along x-axis. It won't be accelerated in y direction. Similarly, z direction. So component of this force along y component is 0. Similarly, z component is also 0. A small example. Force acting on a body, 5 I cap. Find acts on a body. This is the force acting on a body. 5 I cap. Force acting on a body. Mass of the body, let it be 5 kg. Okay? What is this F? Represents force acting on the body. M represents mass. What is find acceleration? This is the question. Find acceleration. So we know that acceleration is F by m. F by m. So what is F? 5. Magnitude, mass is 5. That is 1. This force is in which direction? I cap. So this is 1 I cap. So the acceleration unit is meter second to the power minus 2. So that means this acceleration is along x-axis. That we can also call it as x component. 1 meter second to the power minus 2. Acceleration along x-axis. For this question, what is acceleration along y-axis? Acceleration along y-axis. What is your answer? It should be 0. Why? Because there is no force acting on the body in y direction. Here, the force acts along the x direction only. Force is a vector. It is a physical quantity. Force means, force acting on the body means, in your mind, one question arises. What is that? In which direction it will act on the body. So, the body force acting in x direction. So the body get accelerated in x direction only. it won't move in y direction. That force has no influence in y direction. So its acceleration along y axis is 0. Similarly, acceleration along y axis, z axis is 0. So this is one example. Similarly, this force lies along y axis. Then what is its x component? The force acts along y axis. Then what is its x component? Can you say these answers? Can you say vector lies along y axis? Then what is its x component? Answer 0. What is its y component? Y component is, it lies along y axis. So it is equal to magnitude of the vector. What is this? Magnitude of the vector. What is z component? It is also 0. Similarly, if a vector lies along z axis, then what is its x component? What is its y component? I want this z component. Can you say? X component is 0 because the vector lies along z axis. Y component is also 0. Z component is magnitude of the vector. So what we can conclude, if a vector lies along x axis, its yz components becomes 0. If a vector lies along y axis, its zx components becomes 0. If a vector lies along z axis, its x and y components becomes 0. Now, you take these examples. One more example. The x component, xy components of a vector x and y components of a vector are 3 and 4 respectively. X, y components of a vector are 3 and 4 respectively. My question is, find magnitude and direction of the vector. Find magnitude and direction of the vector. I want this. How do you calculate? So, we don't know the vector, let it be A. Let A bar be the given vector. So what is its x component? If it makes, let theta be the angle made by the vector, made by A bar, A with x axis. So we take x axis is the reference to measure the angles. Okay. Let A bar be the given vector, theta be the angle made by the vector with x axis. Let assume this, because we don't know the vector in which direction it lies, we don't know. Let it be assumed A bar be the given vector and its magnitude is, let it be A. magnitude of the vector. Let A be the theta be the angle made by the vector with x-axis. Assume these two. So what is its x component? Let it be ax 3. That is given. What is y component? 4. Y component. So what is magnitude of the vector? Magnitude of the vector is, we can write it as, vector can be written as ax I cap plus ay j cap. So generally we can represent the vector, we can represent it as ax I cap plus ay j cap. What is ax here? X component. How much it is? 3. 3 I cap. What is y component? 4. 4 j cap. Okay. So this is A bar. What is its magnitude? Magnitude of the vector. So what we want? Magnitude of the vector. Magnitude is given by square root of x square plus y square. X component square, ax square, y component square, ay square. That is square root of x component is 3, 3 square plus y component is 4, 4 square. 3 square plus 4 square. You will get magnitude of the vector is 5. Square root of 3 square plus 4 square. You will give 5. So magnitude of the vector is 5 units. The second one is, we want a direction. So direction we want. How we can represent this direction? See, x component is along x axis, 3 magnitude, y component is 4. So vector lies in which plane? XY plane. So vector lies in XY plane. So this is the direction, A bar. So we don't know direction. Let it be this y component be 4, x component will be 4. This is theta. So the vector makes an angle theta with the x axis. So you apply. This magnitude of the vector is 5. So it is sin theta. We can write. Sin theta is 4 by 5. So, or we can write tan theta. Cos theta. What is cos theta? 3 by 5. What is tan theta? Tan theta is 4 by 3. 4 by 3. Sin theta 4 by 3. So you remember these values 3, 4, 5 here. Here theta is, you can remember as, this is 53 degrees. Later you will get this one. So it is 53 degrees. So theta is 53 degrees. So what you can conclude? Sin 53. You can write it as 4 by 5. Sin 4 by 5. Cos 53. We can write it as 3 by 5. Tan 53. We can write it as tan 53 4 by 3. So here answer is theta is 53 degrees. Okay. So we find the direction. Otherwise you will get options like this in objective. So we want here direction of the vector. How we can represent? You find the options like this in the objective examination. How do you find this objectives? This options. See, you find the options like this. First option, sin inverse 4 by 5. First option. Second option, cos inverse 3 by 5. Third option, tan inverse 4 by 3. Fourth option, all the above. So what is your answer? Direction of the vector. Answer is all the above. You can write angle like this. Theta is 53 is answer. If this option is not present, 53 degrees, then you find these options. Sin inverse 4 by 5, sin cos inverse 3 by 5, tan inverse 4 by 3, all the above. So we can 53 we can write like this. Answer is all the above, because in this triangle everything is holds good here. True. Okay. This is the direction of magnitude and the direction of a vector. Okay. So today what we learned, directions of a vector and resolution of a vector. We can resolve a vector into any number of its components. In 2-dimensional we can resolve 2 components. In 3-dimensional we can resolve into 3 rectangular components. If you add all these components again, you will get a vector. But remember, all these components are scalar quantities. If you want vector, you multiply with a unit vector. Clear? Okay. Today I will stop. Thank you.